Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And today, I think I have a very interesting subject for you guys. I think we could subdivide this video into 3 different parts as there's 3 main topics I need to discuss. However, there's also a possibility that while I'm telling you guys the story that I'm gonna leave some parts for future videos because well, there's a lot of missing pieces and so many loose laying screws. Yeah, that we might want to continue this a different day with more information, but we shall see. So the topic of the video is how I personally believe that one of the remedies to the crypto market could be XRP. Another topic that needs to be highlighted today is the manipulation. Even though my previous video had some similar title, Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano, relates some interesting comments which I want to integrate. And then there's also, I think, a very interesting discussion to be made about algorithmic stablecoins and whether or not this was attempted to be done from the get-go, which has to do with manipulation. But you'll see regarding Janet Yellen, which we covered previous video, but kind of like a little broader exploration surrounding that. But first things first, we are hosting a 2500 XRP giveaway right now. And if you are interested in XRP or any crypto for that matter, make sure you press that like button as it is your best way to help the crypto channel. But also, if you press the like button, subscribe and comment something down below, you are automatically entered into our giveaway. Then again, if you want to increase your odds, there are multiple ways to do that. And again, the giveaway winners, 5 of them, are going to be picked in 3 days from now. Alright, so if we have enough time, I'll also talk a little bit about the state of Bitcoin and the basically bottom of the bottom and a couple of small pieces that I think you guys will find interesting regarding Plan B. However, Charles Hoskinson has been going on a rampant thread over on Twitter. And if we take a look, oh, it's been going crazy. So he's been putting up quite a lot of different pieces on Terra/UST. A lot of it, to be honest with you. But here is where it gets interesting. The rumors floating around about how Luna collapsed so quickly all converge to the same reality that every DeFi protocol and crypto face. There's a massive attack surface from hackers and traders. If there is an exploit, then someone will find it and break it. Now, I kind of thought I liked 2 of his tweets, but I can only find 1 of them right now, which leads me to believe that either he deleted something, and I thought it was also a shared story that he deleted, or it could be that he replied to it, but I believe it was in the same fashion as this. Then again, it can also be that it was from a little bit earlier ago, and I could just not find it anymore. Now, what he says here, however, there's a couple of pieces which are interesting. It could be that he actually quoted Freddie, who said, a few weeks ago, it was a different post, I still remember it too clearly. A few weeks ago, I responded to TBR90's tweet with a brief outline of how a wealthy attacker could not only break Terra, but profit heavily doing it with the Soros-style Black Wednesday attack. Below I provided a detailed breakdown. Do Kwon said, probably the most stupid thing I've read in this decade. Silas is a perfectly acceptable option of stupid. Billionaires in my following. Go ahead, see what happens. And again, this is from all the way back in November of 2021. Even says here, someone letting him know about this exact attack last year, it was not a secret. Because again, the plan that he described in there was kind of like what's happening right now. And Charles also quotes something that we were discussing earlier about these loans regarding Terra/Luna. Gemini said, we are aware of a recent story that suggested Gemini made a 100,000 Bitcoin loan. That's basically me going everywhere in the crypto space. You guys might have not seen it, but I have. To large institutional counterparties that reportedly resulted in a sell-off of Luna. So once more, a big loan was made to basically crash it, right? Gemini made no such loan, however. And it was speculated that they basically gave out about 100,000 Bitcoin. And Charles says, well, crap. Back to the drawing board then. Anyone else got anything? So, of course, this is kind of a funny response from Charles. Can mean a couple of things, but it mostly comes down to this then again, this means nothing, right? They can say this, however, it could be the case, but they do not say. It could also be they actually sold it to them. It could be a dozen, thousand different things. It could also be that it was a different party, not Gemini, but this or that or this. So it doesn't really matter. I think he's just doing this ironically. But take a look at this, for example, from Midas. And again, guys, in a little bit, I'll tell you guys as to how I think that XRP can kind of fix a little bit of this, but you'll see. Midas says, no, we aren't imagining things. No, this is not a conspiracy theory. Right in your eyes, they're attacking Luna. So what is happening basically is if you look through, I just slammed my microphone. If you look through Twitter, there's a ton of accounts which are saying the collapse of Luna led to a loss of confidence in the value of UST, Terra's native token. Luna and the stable system of its UST stablecoin architecture are under enormous pressure. With Bitcoin plummeting over 20% in the past 7 days, the future of UST is unclear. So this seems like they're just quoting an article, right? But it can mean two things. One, this is like a paid bot, and a lot of people are saying it's Citadel/BlackRock, which is, I think, also the post that Charles Hoskinson liked. I'm going to try and find it again. Give me a second after this. But Citadel is terrified that Luna will be the ETH killer, and they're correct. This attack almost succeeded. Well, it did succeed. They're saying no, but it did. Terra will survive. I think it's raining. Luna will overtake ETH, UST will pair with Bitcoin, and then change the world. Aha, so indeed, the original post has been deleted. Michael Budley said, irresponsible to share this based on what? Once more, guys, Charles had a really interesting post. Unfortunately, I did not get to show it to you guys. It could be that he found out it was not the truth based on Gemini, stating that they did not lend out the Bitcoin, and it was not ironic. Charles said, yet every one of you guys in the crypto media shared the idiotic Apache jumping story. Don't lecture me on responsible media. The Ethereum books made crypto no better than 4chan. He says while deleting what he thought was irresponsible, I presume. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that one, my chief. Don't know what to say about that one. However, I didn't fully read it because I wanted to cover it live on the story right here in the YouTube video. It was, however, about that broader theory, about how BlackRock, Citadel is manipulating UST/Terra and how they can benefit from it. It's kind of the story that we saw earlier, which I didn't go too far into because it's not too relevant, because anybody I think can understand. Any person with a lot of money can manipulate this system, and that has been what's done. Who exactly did it? I don't think it matters too much, and there's a couple of different things that we do need to kind of look into or not forget, but it mostly all revolves around the fact that there's many different parties who can benefit from this, and understood that there's a couple of different catalysts which need to be put into place for massive money to be made. And the fact that the stablecoin discussion in the US government was going to be today, and this all happened just a teeny weeny bit before that discussion. It's a little bit too coincidental for me. The fact that there's so many different parties out there, which have kind of put their... We've all got the same impressions, right? It's not from nowhere, so to speak. The Citadel BlackRock stories, they make a lot of sense. And so even if they weren't it's the story that matters. It's the idea that matters. It's the fact that it was possible. And I would say the main reason why a lot of people are not buying Luna or Terra right now, or even UST for that matter, is because Do Kwon himself basically kind of gave up in the sense of, well, we'll see what happens. Right now, we got to just let it stabilize a little bit. Let all the money that wants to flow out, and then we'll try to save it. So that basically means we're going to let Luna kind of die out for a little bit, UST in the same sort of sense, and we'll see what happens afterwards. We're proposing some changes which will go into effect soon, but for right now, we're kind of giving up until we can pick back up the pace, which is understandable. Because you can't pull on you can pull a dead horse, but ain't much going to happen, right? You'd rather wait for that horse to drink a revive potion before you can then drag it away. I guess that's kind of what they're doing right here. Then again, to kind of collect the story again and to come on that XRP theory and where it all came from, there's one thing which I think a lot of you guys are not understanding. This hypocrisy, this fight, what they're facing right now against ETH. So again, in the broader theory, it's not ETH that they're exactly facing, but it's the system that's advocating for ETH against Terra, against Luna. Again, supposedly so. It is, to me at least, funny how now all of a sudden, after such a long while, people are starting to notice, yeah, they might be a little bit evil. And evil not in the sense of that they're just trying to hurt people, full stop. No, they're trying to make Ethereum do better at the cost of everything else. Of course, they're going to hurt your money in that sense as well, but that's just a side consequence of them making money. They'd rather just make money and nothing happen to you. They just want to get wealthier off of it. And that, again, the plan involves Ethereum. We've seen that drastically in the Ripple XRP case, when all these emails regarding Hinman have gotten out a little bit. We're starting to see the conflicts of interest. We are starting to see it for a long time now, and we're all basically putting that forward. For a long time we have done. Then again, I like to address a couple things in that note as well. Take a look at this. Again, USDC, USDT, you guys understand the story. BlackRock invested in Circle USDC issuer. UST is their competitor. This is a power game and possibly illegal even without proper crypto rules in place. Luna didn't fail by design. It was attacked. You guys can all agree with me on the note that there's a very high probability of that being the case, right? I think a lot of you guys are going to be on the exact same pace with me. Mason for Slabs also had a very important little remark. What we 100% do not want to happen right now is the new other algorithmic stable coins like Frax, or which is not new, but a USDD from Tron or USN from Near to collapse as well. But more importantly, we don't want any other stable coin to collapse full stop. Then again, I don't think they will, because that's where their money lies. That's where the bigger money lies, and I don't think they're going to let that fail. They're going to let fail the competition, which was supposed to get rid of a lot of their money. And so the reason that XRP can kind of come on top out of this one is purely because I think people will pay more attention to all the hypocrisies and I would say the conflicts of interest and whatnot from the Ethereum side, or from the big money issuers on one side of the crypto spectrum. They're not really fans of decentralization / fair crypto, but are fan of friends politics and making sure that the big money keeps winning in this sense, when in reality crypto definitely has the chance right now to kind of decouple from a lot of that stuff. So that leads me to two conclusions. One, the XRP lawsuit can get pretty beneficial purely off the fact that a lot of people are most likely in a situation right now where they're thinking, this whole Luna Terra situation ain't right. When they look at XP situation, like, this also ain't right. Let's do something about this as a whole. Janet Yellen can also be kind of in the middle of that, where, again, the discussion that are being made right now, a lot of them will revolve back around XRP. I think three conclusions we can draw. One is the whole UST system is not really necessary when you have an XRP, but that's a story for a different day. More importantly, if you're asking me how long will this all take, it depends on how long they keep up this attack. It depends on how long they want to keep these prices down. It's not actual market flow or anything like that. No, this is a coordinated attack, and they want to keep you poor deliberately. This is not accident or something like that. It's not an accident. At least, again, this is just my opinion on the matter. So if you were wondering what exactly is going to bring these prices back up, well, the more I read about this Ripple XRP lawsuit, the more I'm thinking, well, there's a very good chance that this is going to be one of those sparks where the crypto itself will pump so significantly that the entire crypto market will start pumping because of it. And I honestly believe this to my core, that within a couple of months from now, if this case settles, it's going to pump XRP so significantly, so high, like at least a 10x. And I know that might not sound like a lot, but it's a lot of money, in the billions upon billions of dollars, that the entire crypto market is going to go into a really, really positive spiral from that point, as XRP is taking the market up, and the market has a first properly regulated crypto in the US, and things just start to go really, really positively from there. I also sometimes think, you know what, once the first properly regulated crypto is there, it's going to take no more time for a Bitcoin spot ETF, or in that sense, potentially even an XRP spot ETF or anything like that, because it's the first properly regulated crypto, which puts crypto on the map in the US in a really, really positive light. However, and this is a really important thing to say, there are a couple of chances there's more money to be made in the short term. And that is not going to be from Bitcoin and longing that. Even though right now we are at a really juicy spot, we are at a little demand zone that we've kind of picked up a couple of times in the past. Even on the monthly, you can see here, we've gone to this area multiple different times. And if you want to trade, guys, if you're looking for a platform to make trades on, make sure you check out Bybit. I am going to say, be fearful, don't massively buy anything. The only thing that's worth potentially buying a little bit of is Luna as of this point. For almost any other crypto, I would personally wait for a little bit of a lower spot. Again, that is just me, and I'm always giving you guys my honest thoughts, because we don't know if this push towards the downside is over yet, as, well, this news of fear is only just installed. I think the fear has to settle in a little bit more, and people will be doing a little bit more additional panic selling, which is also why the price is dumping yet again. One of the only things which I think can be a little bit of a buy is actually Luna. This is not a good crypto as of this point. Right now, it's pretty useless for its actual use case. The only reason that anybody, I think, should buy it right now or any one of these days is purely as a meme coin type of degenerate pick. The fact that the price diminished by 99.5% soon is a reason that you can just pick up a little bit, because we all know there's a very high probability that Luna will eventually pick itself back up, that at least something good will happen. I personally think so. And the same thing for Terra. I honestly think picking up some Terra along the way, some UST, putting in some cryptos and cashing it out to that is pretty good, because you're getting 3 times or maybe even 4 times, depending on the UST's value, of your money. So if you're cashing out Bitcoin to UST, you're basically getting, instead of $30,000 per Bitcoin, you're getting basically $100,000 per Bitcoin. Of course, it's locked in UST, that is the truth. But if UST ever picks back up the pace, well, that was a pretty freaking good steal. Again, if you ask me. You can also just put some USDT into UST and basically treat it like a crypto that has a very high probability of eventually coming back to $1. Then again, it might take some time. And I, again, want to warn you guys, it might take some time, but I do believe in the system still. I don't think it's over. In the live stream from earlier today, you guys were calling out 27,000 as a little bit of a bottom because that's the weekly 200 EMA. I'm going to say for right now, that's my only target zone to just watch and see the price action at. Then again, the majority of crypto guys I speak to have said, you know what, we can kind of keep dropping because who exactly is going to pick it up right now? People are too fearful of this peg and the USDT or whatever losing its peg and people being too fearful that even if we had $20,000, it's such a comical barrier that it might just plumb through. It's a really crazy spot right now in the crypto space, and I think it makes it exciting because, well, it shows you in what type of infancy stage we still are. To me, it's kind of funny. Then again, a lot of people are getting wrecked right now. $900 million in the last 24 hours, which is not too crazy of a number, but still a whole freaking lot. And it's interesting to watch. It's very interesting to watch knowing that we can make a lot of freaking money in times like this, yet people are losing out. If you guys don't remember, we had a good, juicy, rather medium, but still a juicy short position open from all the way since, I don't know, it could be even it's not that high, I think. Maybe $50,000 or so. A couple of my friends have also had them open, and it was actually inspired by one of my good crypto friends, Satoshi Stacker. If you don't know him, make sure you check out his YouTube channel. Because he was basically telling me that again, the whole story that I described to you guys before, keeping it on as an hedge, he was explaining it to me, and I thought, that's pretty smart. I went to look into it. After, of course, a little bit of deliberating and thinking, I was like, you know what, it's actually worth it because if there's a really big bull market, then most likely I'll 100x on a lot of my cryptos and I'll make so much more than if the market were to go down on anything. And so if I have this short, I'll most likely lose money on the short term, but a little bit longer term, well, most likely that'll make me at least up for, and that can make me basically buy some other tokens in the meantime with the money that I'm making on the short. But also, if you guys didn't know, we were making a ton of money purely on the fact that the funding rate was allowing that for us. As the majority of people were going long, they're basically paying you to keep your short open as you're basically betting against the market the whole time, and they pay you so you keep the price in balance. But again, that's a story for a different day if you guys don't know how that works. Last 12 hours, 600 million wrecked. Last hour, 23 million wrecked. Depending on where the Bitcoin price goes right now, people might get wrecked even more as Bitcoin is dumping right now. Oh my days, guys, look at that dump. Yeah, maybe I should have actually streamed this. Maybe I should have.